Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Leonardo.Ai channel. In today's sharing session, I will share with you a useful tip for using the ChatGPT tool to create a consistent character image set, which helps us produce videos, podcasts, or even create a set of original images to later build a movie with a consistent character throughout. Do this properly, it requires us to have a script that's already written and prepared in advance. Then, based on that script, we start building each image, each piece of content, linked to the story in the script to match the scenery and the descriptions in our script. So let's say I already have a script, and now I'll show you how to turn our script into a set of consistent character images. Let's get started together, everyone. So, first, we'll open the ChatGPT tool. In order to generate a unique image set, we need a Plus account to be able to create many images. With the free version, ChatGPT only allows us to create a limited number of images. So, in order to create this consistent image set with our script, we need to input a prompt like this into ChatGPT so that it understands our intention. I'll put the content in the description so that you can use it. Or we can also use another method, such as taking a screenshot and uploading it into ChatGPT so it can rewrite it for us. Those are two ways we can do it. Now, this is the exact prompt that you need to enter so that ChatGPT can understand our intention. You are the scene selector and prompt writer. For modern style illustrated images, the goal is to create exactly 5 detailed prompts, each describing a scene differently, in a way that is easy to visualize, based on the provided script. Here's how. Step 1. Read the script and identify the moments that are easiest to illustrate. And Step 2. Write a descriptive prompt for each scene in order of appearance in the passage, and guide ChatGPT on how to return results for us. Write one prompt per line, starting from line number 1 to line number 5. Then, we'll paste the script content here. We'll paste the script content below, right under this, and before pasting the script, we should press Shift so that it remains in a continuous command and doesn't get interrupted. If we don't hold the Shift key, then it will assume we finished the command, and it will immediately execute it right away. So, to keep all the ideas within one command line, we need to hold Shift, then press Enter. Take note of that, everyone. Alright, and after we've entered the prompt, along with our script, then ChatGPT will return us 5 prompts like this. Each prompt will describe one scene, representing a stage in our script. Let's say I'll use the first prompt to generate the first image. Yep, the first one. And I will copy it and paste it. Alright, just wait a moment. Just wait a moment, and then our image will start to form. There, you can see that within about 30 seconds, generate for us and we've now completed the image. For the first scene, you can see this is a very high quality image and also very realistic, right? But the issue now is, how can we create the second scene while keeping the same image, the same character, without it changing into a different character? So, let's say I'm going to create the second scene. We'll use the content from the second prompt. Please note that after ChatGPT has given us the result, if we just immediately enter the second prompt, then for sure, the first and second images will be different. However, to maintain character consistency, so that the story flows continuously throughout our narrative. It doesn't get off track. Going off track or switching to a wrong character. Here's a simple little trick. Just click on the image that we want to continue from, so it keeps the story consistent. Clicking the image will automatically enlarge it like this, and below it, there's a command input box. Then we paste the new prompt into that box. The second scene is a quiet kitchen in a house. A woman in her early 30s is preparing breakfast. So that means this second scene has nothing to do with the man. So we don't necessarily have to use the first image. Instead, I'll choose the third scene. This one is related to the character, the main character. The second prompt, which is a neatly dressed man in a white shirt and gray trousers sitting at a small dining table. On the table are hot rice and eggs. So I'll use this third prompt to enter it to ensure character consistency, everyone. Now I'll click the previous image we created and paste the third prompt into it. Follow along with me, okay? Now, our image has started generating already. Usually during the day, image processing speed is faster and smoother. Here we can compare the two images. The first image, and here is the second character. You can see they're very consistent, right? Normally I find the similarity rate is around 90%. It's not 100%, everyone. 90% is already very good for us to create our own story, our own work. And here's a tip: when we keep creating continuously, when we create images one after another, like first image followed by second, then each time a bit of deviation happens and the character from the beginning of the story to the character at the end becomes quite different. They drift apart significantly. So here's a tip for how to minimize the risk of character inconsistency. And what I usually do is keep a single character as the original reference and keep it in one place, or ChatGPT will always save a history for us on the side panel, so you could also consider that a profile used just for image generation. And you can even create a separate project just for that purpose. And for example, after each episode, we go back and reuse the image from episode 1 to treat it as the base character. And then every following episode, we generate new scenes starting from that original character, rather than taking the image from episode 3 based on episode 2 and episode 4 based on 3, because that way the deviation will keep building up and go further and further off. However, if we just unify a single character from episode 1 and every episode after episode 2, 3, 4, all the following stories, we use just one base image, then it helps reduce character inconsistencies. Alright, and that brings us to the end of today's topic. I hope that you will be able to practice this yourself. I think it's quite simple actually. Just follow what I've guided, and you'll surely be able to do it. I wish you all success in creating high-quality image sets to support the growth of your career or the growth of your own channel. And if you found this helpful, then please don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel, so I'll have more motivation to keep sharing more helpful tips in the upcoming videos. And if you have any ideas you'd like me to turn into a video and share, then please leave a comment down below in the video description, and I'll be more than happy to research and share it with all of you. Alright, goodbye and see you in the next videos coming soon.